we are diving into the mind of Nikola Tesla.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hmm,
That's a deep dive for sure. One of history's most brilliant and, let's face it, enigmatic inventors.
exactly. And to guide us on this journey, we've got his autobiography, My Inventions. I'm excited about this one.
Me too. It's always fascinating to go straight to the source.
Right. To hear their story in their own words. And, today's deep dive, it's really, for anyone who's ever wondered, like, where does that kind of genius come from?
Yeah.
What were those early experiences that shaped a mind like Tesla's?
Yeah, the nature versus nurture debate, right?
Yeah.
How much is raw talent and how much is environment, upbringing, those key moments that set someone on a particular path.
Exactly. And Tesla, right off the bat, in his autobiography, he hits us with this incredibly powerful statement about invention.
Oh, lay it on us.
He doesn't see invention as just like tinkering in a workshop or some hobby for clever folks.
No, he saw it as something much bigger, right?
Yeah. It's like the engine of civilization almost, the force that propels humanity forward. Like, inventors, to him, were almost mythical figures, grappling with the secrets of nature, pushing the boundaries of what's possible to make life better for everyone.
It's almost a spiritual calling, the way he describes it, and that conviction, that belief in the almost sacred role of the inventor, it really seems to run like a current through his whole life. You can see it in his relentless pursuit of knowledge, his absolute dedication to pushing boundaries.
Totally. It's like this driving force behind everything he did. But it wasn't all, eureka moments and ticker tape parades. Tesla's early life, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park.
No, definitely not. I mean, one of the first things he talks about is the tragic death of his older brother.
Ugh, yeah, and the impact that had on him. Like, imagine constantly being compared to a sibling, especially one who's no longer there.
It's got to be like this impossible standard to live up to.
And Tesla talks about feeling that, this weight of expectation, like he had to prove himself, not just to his family, but to the world.
I mean, it makes you wonder, right? How much did that early loss, coupled with that pressure to prove himself, fuel his ambition?
Yeah, almost like he poured that grief, that determination into his work, this incredible drive to achieve, to leave his mark on the world.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can almost feel this like inner fire pushing him forward.
Totally. And then, on top of that, there's this clash between his love for books, his thirst for knowledge, and his father's, well, more traditional aspirations for him.
Oh yeah, classic conflict, right? The age-old battle between personal passion and like fulfilling family expectations.
Exactly. Tesla's dad, he
Huh.
was a clergyman, and he really wanted Tesla to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, the priesthood versus the laboratory.
Right. But even as a young man, you see this streak of defiance in Tesla, this unwavering commitment to his own path, even when it clashes with what's expected of him. And that, of course, becomes a defining characteristic later on. It's like nothing was going to stop him from pursuing his passions.
Absolutely. But it wasn't all conflict and pressure, right? I mean, Tesla also talks about the incredibly positive influence of his mother.
Oh, yeah. He adored his mom. And from what he describes, she sounds amazing.
Totally. Like
Yeah.
incredibly practical and resourceful.
Yeah. He actually describes her as like a bit of an inventor herself.
Oh, really? In what way?
Well, he talks about her knack for solving everyday problems with whatever was at hand, like coming up with clever tools and gadgets to make life easier around the farm, making do with limited resources, that sort of thing.
Oh, I love that. And it totally makes sense when you think about Tesla's own approach to invention. I mean, he often had to work with limited means, especially early in his career.
Totally. So that resourcefulness, that make it work attitude, it was practically ingrained in him from childhood.
It's like a blueprint for innovation passed down from his mother.
Right. And then, on top of all of this, we get to this absolutely mind-blowing part of the autobiography where Tesla starts talking about these intense experiences he had, like incredibly vivid visualizations, almost like hallucinations.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get really interesting, where we start to get a glimpse into the inner workings of, what made Tesla Tesla.
Right. So picture this. Tesla claims that he could build and test inventions entirely within his mind.
Wait, well, hold on. He could, like, visualize a machine in his head and what, like, run experiments?
Yeah, exactly. He'd mentally rotate these complex machines, tinker with designs, experiment with different configurations, all without ever touching a physical object.
That's incredible. It's like a superpower.
It really is. And Tesla actually credits this ability, this incredible mental discipline, as being instrumental in some of his later breakthroughs, like with AC motors, wireless power transmission, things like that.
Wow. So these weren't just daydreams for him. They were like a tool, a method of invention. I mean, it really highlights the power of the mind in the creative process. And for Tesla, that power was truly exceptional.
Totally. So when we put it all together, right, the loss of his brother, the family dynamics, this incredible mental ability, it's like a puzzle. You
Yeah.
know, all these pieces coming together to reveal the origins of this brilliant, eccentric inventor we know as Tesla.
And it's a reminder that brilliance rarely follows a straight line. It's often forged through like a crazy combination of experiences, some good, some painful. I
Absolutely.
mean, it really makes you think, right? How are our own early experiences, both positive and negative, shaping who we become?
You know, what seemingly insignificant moments might be laying the groundwork for our future selves.
Yeah, it makes you want to go back and re-examine your own life, your own choices, and see those hidden influences that have brought you to where you are today. It's a powerful thought to carry with you.
It really is. All right, well, that wraps up our deep dive into the formative years of Nikola Tesla.
Fascinating stuff. I always love getting a glimpse behind the curtain of genius.
Me too. And who knows, maybe some of our listeners are out there right now having their own Tesla moments that will shape the future.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
See you next time.